Okay.
Talk a little bit about legends, I guess. We're live.
What?
We're live. It's me,
Yes,
the
we
man, the myth, the
are.
legend, and Postma, and Monica, the woman, the myth, the legend. More than half my age. She's.
Yes, I am more than half your age.
Welcome to the show, Monica. From creating inspiring toothpastes to learning Spanish and English and changing the world, how is your life going in Ecuador, down in Quito?
Well, my life is actually going really well.
Really?
Yes, I like where I am right now. I like what's going on. I like the changes that I have felt since I've started using a lot of the access tools,
Mm,
and I have a lot of curiosity about the way that things are going to play out. But
mm,
I have this feeling that things are just wonderful and are going to continue being wonderful. And I'm excited about the path, about the way that I am getting to where I will go. I
wow.
don't even know exactly where that is because yes, I have certain, I guess you could call them goals.
Yeah.
I am no longer focused on the actual getting the goal by any means, but on also on everything that I am learning and everything that I am experiencing on the way to,
Yeah.
which I feel is so enlightening and so rich
Mm,
that I feel great about that. So yeah, my life is going well. I can't say I'm a millionaire. Hasn't the hasn't that hasn't come into my life as far as money per se goes,
as far as
but
you know.
as far as I know, but I feel like a millionaire in the
Mm,
way I feel.
that's really the first step.
Yeah, I feel like a millionaire um, because of everything I've learned. I feel like a millionaire because that's it. Because of the way I feel. That's
Hmm.
why I feel like a millionaire.
Oh my
I may
God.
not have the cash in my hand or in my bank account.
Yeah.
I feel like $1 million. So
Wow.
that is what has me so happy. That in comparison to a couple months ago, when yes, I had some money in my hand, but energetically and emotionally and psychologically, I was upset. I was angry. I don't know, in anguish in a lot of ways, because my mind was just in a different place. So
Wow.
I feel like maybe I don't have the cash right now, but I do feel like a millionaire. And that is something that's coming up to me right now. I mean, putting it into words right now. The
Yeah.
feeling was there, but I haven't put it into words. And I have just put it into words. And that is how I feel.
Wow. And who knows how many people are reading your petroleum translations right now and feeling so blessed to have it in their language, whatever products from all those years that you've been doing translations.
Yeah, in contracts and certificates, and I feel that has been a huge contribution, especially when they've counted on those translations to get into a university in the United States or to get into a university in Canada.
Hmm.
That feels awesome. That feels good because for me it was just a moment in my time, but for them it could be a life changing experience.
Wow. So cool. Exactly, right? For you, it's just one activity. But
Ex-
like that's where you're legend, right? You make those small choices every day. And
Exactly.
the world changes. Bam.
There you have an example of, you have a typhoon in Japan because a butterfly, uh, fluttered its wings here in Ecuador.
Wow. Wow. And are you the butterfly?
Yeah, I am the butterfly. Well, all of us are the butterflies because I think that with all the changes, with all the choices that you make, you influence not only your life, but everything around you. The energy that you emit changes not only your, square meter, but
Yeah.
the life of everybody who surrounds you, the life
And
of your
are you the
pets.
butterfly of money?
Ooh, okay, then I'm flattering.
Hey, you make one money choice today. You change one point of view, and then over in Kansas City, Michigan, someone makes $1 million today because they think, "Hey, this idea for $1 million I have now, I have the confidence to do it."
Exactly. So you
Because
created $1 million, maybe not for yourself, but somebody else did because of you. And I
maybe
think that's just as wonderful.
maybe many others,
Yeah,
and what's the butterfly in the world that will flap its wings one time, and you'll have $1 million.
start clapping.
It's those whispers, it's those nuances, it's those teeny tiny choices that end up making something huge.
Yeah. Like I said, a translation for me is a moment in time. For whoever's receiving that, could change their life forever.
Think like J.K. Rowling just wrote a book one year called Harry Potter, and how many people now have a sense of magic, of alchemy, of mystery, are willing to engage with a magical world where before they would have been like, "Peh, magic." Now they're like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I love
Like,
Harry Potter." They're like, "I'm a Slytherin," or "I'm a
same with
Hufflepuff."
the world of fantasy, like the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
um, I read the Lord of the Rings when I was 14 years old. Okay, that was
Mm,
ages ago.
yeah.
And since then, I've read it like 10 times
Mm,
because I can't get enough of it. The
yeah.
energy that I received from those books, even though I may even know what's going to happen, it's like I read it anew every time.
Yeah, yeah. J.R.R. Tolkien was a master of
Oh,
languages,
God, yes.
and he had this deep love for the nature of history, like the essence and nature of histories. And he wanted to write a histories for every language in that book and make sure he knew how many thousands of years old it was and what was the civilization that used it and how did the languages mix and what came to be. And that kind of a mind, just like, whoa.
Yeah. And the whole thing is if you do learn any of, Elven or rune languages, you can communicate in them.
Mm,
They're not languages that, oh, he speaks, I don't know, Rishwa. And Rishwa is a language in a fantasy land in, I don't know, on Venus. But
yeah,
what is that? He
yeah,
actually has the language.
yes, yes. I Larry Lost Atlanta. Like I even have a part of one of the phrases of a song, like that's like the opening line memorized, and I was like learning some of the grammar with my friend who was really into Elven languages. Like I don't know, the energy is really cool. Even if you just like knowing that there's something to dive into there, and
Yep.
there are people who do, and it's like the energy. I would totally dive into the energy and the linguistics with anyone who is also interested in the energy because
I don't have any more. Um, the book where I think it was the Silmarillion, I can't remember, but it was the book where he actually um, has the language.
wow.
And on the internet, there was a group that um, communicated in that language. I was part of it, but God, this was like 10,000 years ago.
Wow.
But it would be interesting to see if one, the group still exists, and
Yeah.
two, how many people actually communicate in Elven.
Wow. Absolutely. I know it would be fun, and it would be fun even just to like learn it, just to like
Just for the hell of it.
for the hell of it. Yeah, I would love to go to a castle or like a kingdom someday, where just for a month we role play in Elvish, where like we just speak
Oh,
Elvish. And, like,
I'd
oh
love
my god,
that.
that would be so cool.
I'd love that.
Yeah, could be a project for the future.
Yeah. And
Oh, those are like some of the things that inspired me maybe to have money was those kind of ideas where like it's like maybe far fetched, but definitely just congruent, like something that's worth waking up for. Like it's just
well,
something,
far-fetched in whose terms? To me, that's totally doable.
yeah, not far
You
fetched to
know,
me at all. Yeah. Talking pride.
that's the whole thing. Everything is just an interesting point of view. So
Yeah.
it may seem far-fetched to the norm, but the possibility of doing it is completely feasible.
Yes, like backflips, like even
Yeah.
that, like I would love to like go to karate classes and learn all. I would love to be so like infinitely more mobile than I am. I would love to learn parkour and like rock climbing and all that.
Ooh,
So, like,
parkour would be a lot of fun to learn.
yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you're excited about that too.
Yeah, parkour would be with it. I'd love to do that. I would love to jump from wall to wall like Spider-Man.
Yes, I know, and it's totally possible, right? And that's
Oh
just like
yeah.
the basics. Like that's what people have already accomplished. And I even know some people that can fly. Like they have like little like jetpacks, not jetpacks, like wings. They just wingsuits where they can like jump off a cliff and like fly around, and then
Ah,
they right before they land, like they have like a little parachute that comes out so that's a safe landing. But they like it's just them in the air for most of it, and then they just use the parachute for a safe landing. And then there are also people, with like some bigger wings where they, on a windy day, they can get running and they can like jump and fly like, a couple 100 feet up in the air. And then it's like there's so much mobility that's possible. That's just like the surface of what could be. Even like
well,
spaceships and stuff, like Lord of the Rings.
think about the Wright brothers and
Hmm.
before them,
Yeah.
and look at where flying is now.
Wow. Yeah. Airplane.
Yeah, exactly. Look what flying is. And, they started off with literally wings on their arms,
Yeah.
flapping, literally.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
So
Yeah.
what makes whatever endeavor you have not doable?
Hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
who knows if 100 years from now, um, Elven will be the world's first language.
Yeah. Like that's what everyone has as like a basic.
Exactly.
Like I know so.
It's the world's language. I mean, you can know English, you can know French, you can know Spanish, you can have your country's language or your regional language, whatever. But the worldwide unified language is Elven.
Elvish. Yes,
Yeah.
that's light. I love that idea. Let's go for it.
Let's learn Elvish. And Tolkien's um, book with the Elvish language would be a required course in grade school.
Yeah, of course, and of course in Tolkien,
Yeah.
you must learn Lord of the Rings,
Yes.
and why not?
Why not?
Oh my
Like I
gosh!
said, the Wright brothers, they had foresight and they had dreams, and now look at where it's at.
Wow, truly, there are people that do that for a living now.
Mhm. Exactly.
Work for airlines and create airplanes and mechanics and hostesses and
Oh, the thing is, we've reached the moon. Now
we've
we've
reached.
reached Mars.
Mhm.
So, from
And
a bunch of flapping wings to a rocket that reaches different planets and the moon, um, it's a huge difference.
yeah,
But it started off with somebody flapping their arms.
and it's like if you think you can't change your financial reality, but people have made it to the moon, check yourself because there's probably something possible you haven't considered.
Yeah, probably.
And like maybe it's just a change of environment. Like if you just get up and go to your neighbor's house, maybe suddenly your possibilities will change because they're not gonna have the same point of view that you do. Or not even that you do, that your family does. It's like, are you
Yeah.
picking up on points of view or are you creating your own? Because if you will be willing to be the creative energy, that makes you a legend. That makes you creativity. You know, if you are creativity and power and awareness and control, you can make anything manifest.
And if you are listening to different points of views, how many of those are you actually internalizing
Hmm.
that may not contribute to you?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of an optical? Have you heard of optical illusions or illusions
Oh
of
yeah.
any kind?
Yeah.
Because illusions, right? It just looks like something, but it's not. Like for all you know, this pillow could actually be like a cabin or something because of the lighting and the angle and the capture of it. It's like it could be distorted through some layers and stuff. And it's like like some like I've seen things where it's like someone reaches their hand through the photograph and that's not a photograph, it's actually like a different room or something. Like so while while you might be sitting there thinking that you're stuck, the truth is that there's probably a door somewhere you can open up, walk out it, and be in a different reality where suddenly the problem you thought you had doesn't even exist because it just isn't real.
And does being stuck actually exist? Or is
Hmm.
it just your point of view?
Yeah, just my view.
Yeah. You have not opened yourself to all the possibilities and all the opportunities and all the doors that you could open. It's like I'm stuck. And yes, you are stuck. You know,
Until you move your arm and then like you
yeah.
realize that you have a brain and your body is mobile and you learn parkour and you can do backflips.
And you can jump from one building to another and not hurt yourself. And all of a sudden, you're not stuck anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And maybe it's just if you were a little bit more willing to feel the wind on your skin, you would be able to walk to somewhere that would be totally different.
And how does that fall into everything that has happened during this year of pandemic, where people have actually felt that the fact that you had to be stuck indoors for I don't know how much time,
Mhm.
or how many months, actually made you stuck
Yeah.
because you felt that the fact that you could not go out and party, you could not go out and socialize, you could not go out and do your normal work was an impediment for you to expand.
Mm. You know what I found is I didn't have any friends anyway because my life didn't change at all.
My life didn't either. I've always been a person who I've loved sitting at home. I've loved working from home. I've loved, no, to me, staying home was not a problem. But I
Yeah.
would read and listen to a lot of the people that I knew that were in anguish because they were gaining weight. I actually lost weight during the
Mhm.
pandemic because I said I will not gain weight. So
Yeah.
I made sure that my eating habits became really healthy and did not gain any weight. I lost like something like 13 kilos, which is like 27 pounds,
Yeah.
give or take. So, um, it just depends on where you see the limits. To me, staying home was not a problem. I never got depressed. I never got upset. I never felt the need to rush out and be in a mall or at a concert or whatever. I was upset because I was going to go to the Guns N' Roses concert and it
Mhm.
got canceled. But hey, you know.
I stayed at home and I got COVID at home.
Oh,
I didn't,
really?
I didn't even leave home. My brother had gone to a camp and he came back with it.
Oh,
So
really?
y-
Nice.
yeah, I like and probably if I'd been traveling, I wouldn't have gotten it because
Yeah.
I'm really aware. The only reason that I probably got it was because I'm staying here and it was like actually I remember the moment I got it was that actually someone breathed in me intentionally out of spite because they had it and
Holy crap.
I didn't have any, choice.
Why would anybody do that?
People
Out
are
of spite?
insane. Yeah, yeah.
God, that's horrible.
Wow, yeah. But you know what? It's normal in my life. There are people to do really crazy things. Like some people don't realize that they can change their financial situation or their money situation or their language situation or their body situation. And like it's not any more crazy to intentionally hurt someone than it is to put yourself in a corner and smash your head against the wall and say, I can't make money, I can't make money, I can't make money. Because you can.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't have a point of view or it was hard to get over. You know what? My body, sure, it was an intense agony. Did I have any problem with it? No, I was just like, whatever. I'm just going to receive from the world more. Lay down. I'm going to take some healthier stuff, some vitamin C and some things. And I had a great 2 weeks of, sure, vomiting, pain, whatever. But I was having ease. The aches, the pains,
Yeah,
the
it
COVID.
didn't bowl you over. Um, my
Yeah.
daughters both work as essential employees. So
Hmm.
ever since the pandemic started, there has
Yeah.
always been the possibility of them getting COVID and then obviously transmitting it to me and my grandson and my daughter's partner and so on and so forth.
Hmm.
But our mentality since everything began is not going to get it.
Yeah.
My that's been my mentality. It's just been no, my body does not accept that virus.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
It just rejects it, and if it comes near me, it just slides off.
Hmm.
And that's the way it's been. I know a lot of people who've gotten it,
Yeah.
and yeah, I take the precautions. I wear a mask when I leave the house and go, I don't know, grocery shopping like yesterday, whatever. Yes.
Yeah.
But I also know that my body just will not accept that. I do not need that experience in my life because it's not something that I'm going to benefit from. So
Yeah.
it's not a possibility in my life. I don't know if that makes sense.
Wow. Yeah, I get it. No, totally. I hear you. And it's like cool and great. And don't worry. It's like you got capacity like just a virus. It's just
Yeah,
like the flu.
yeah. I
Yeah.
see so many people freaking out. Oh, I saw so many people freaking out. And I was just like, okay, that is something I don't get. Freaking out like that is something I don't get. It just makes things worse. So, how about some heavy breathing, deep breathing, calm yourself down and look at the reality.
Yeah. And like also another thing is like even like it's a 14-day quarantine, right? If you get it, it's like 2 weeks. Just take 2 weeks off. And the thing is, like, for this to have lasted what, a year and a half and people are still doing this, it's crazy. It's like, wait,
I
like,
remember we went on lockdown on March 24th, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. I mean, that was full lockdown.
yeah.
March 16th is when it just became public, I guess.
Hmm.
And we were urged to not leave the house. And then I think it was the 24th, it was like, yeah, you're not leaving the house. You're not even going to the corner. And the whole city literally shut down.
Hmm.
Everything except for police, hospitals, paramedics, um, the National Guard, the Army, everything else shut
Hmm.
down completely. You couldn't buy anything because there was nothing open. Literally, there was nothing open. You know,
Yeah.
you did not have your supermarkets open. Your Giant or Costco or whatever. You did
Hmm.
not have them open. And then after about 15 days of that, they opened the supermarkets and um, I guess places where you had where the that people depended on to survive. And that's where my daughters came in because they work at those places.
Wow.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, it's like, but people, you can't really shut down a person. So even if you say, "Oh, you're on lockdown," right? Like people are resilient to a degree, and it would be interesting if it was reversed and it was the hospitals, the paramedics, the army, and the police that shut down, and everything else was open. Because I don't know how that would affect people, but it might not be that bad.
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I have a preconceived concept that here it would be chaos.
Hmm.
Okay. But I could be completely wrong.
Well, you were said preconceived, which is like, okay, so if you just get aware, and it's like, well, how many people? Well, like, okay, what one of the gifts of COVID has been like relaxation, right? Like people have been able to let it all out in a way they haven't before, and just be like, hey, this is who I am. Would get honest with themselves and the people around them a bit more, because there's just a transparency with COVID. It's like you can't really have like a big secret social life. You know, you
Yeah,
can't
kind
like,
of. No, yeah, no, it doesn't allow for that.
yeah. But maybe with if you are an essential worker, or maybe, or even if you have like a job at the police force or something where it's still every day you're still pounding, 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 working hard, then maybe that energy relaxation doesn't get in your life in the same way. Where it's might, like, your point of view creates your audience. Like if you have a point of view, you never stop working because you have a kind of job, then your body maybe never is like highly pressurized. So it's like, maybe it's just my point of view. Maybe it's not even real. What if
Well,
everyone?
in my daughter's jobs, what they did was they gave everybody in shifts, they
Mhm.
gave them 15 days paid leave.
Okay.
So X number of employees would not work for 15 days.
Yeah.
And then the others who did work would not work, and the ones who were on leave would go back to work. And they kept that rotating for the whole year.
Wow.
Yeah, they kept that rotating for the whole year, which was pretty cool because now everybody's working. They don't have the shifts anymore.
Yeah.
But very few people actually got sick.
Hmm.
Because there could have been a lot more people that contracted the disease, but there weren't because
Yeah.
they took
Oh,
that precaution. And if anybody had any symptoms, they would get them tested. If they were positive, then the people who were around them went on leave and on quarantine until they got their results. And it was really organized. It was really well done.
yeah.
It really was, and that surprised me. Um, yeah, it did surprise me because Ecuador is not known um, for control and things getting done correctly. But this to me showed the potential that people actually had
Wow. That's cool.
as a country. It was
Yeah.
it was amazing. Yeah, afterwards, yeah, you had your corruption and things that were donated seemed to have disappeared and crap like that. But in the whole practice of the thing, it was really good. I
Mhm.
was amazed.
Wow, that's
I was
cool.
pretty amazed. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, I gotta go. It's
All
been
right.
like over an hour and a half, I think. Can't remember
Yeah,
what we got on.
the YouTube video has not been that long, but the meeting we've had has been. And yeah, it's like, let's go be legends.
Yep,
Um,
let's go be legends and expand that energy throughout the world.
yeah, absolutely. And have you looked at Christina Grimmie? She's just an amazing being, and she's dead now, but her music is great. So if you want to
Oh,
check her out, I think she was a living legend. That for me is like underacknowledged, but really amazing being.
can
So
you give me her name again or type it up for me?
yeah, Christina Grimmie.
Okay, I've got a pen next to
And
me.
she was on The Voice. I think that's where she first got like discovered. But then she created her own music career as well, and she's just always been this authentic energy. Like her presence online is just so pure. And she wrote her own songs. She did a lot of covers, and she has like this faith with God, and she just has this being you energy where she's being herself, and she has like this generous heart for
Got the
helping
first
people.
name, but I didn't get the second name,
Yeah.
the last name.
Grimmie, Grimmie, Christina Grimmie.
Mie. Okay, I'm gonna check her out.
Yeah, and it's the CHR Christina, not like the K
Right.
Christina, but um you'll know. So,
Yeah, well, it'll come up on Google.
yeah, well. All right, talk to
All
you
right.
later.
Talk to
Bye.
you tomorrow or the day after or whatever. Monday, no, because I have to be in court. So how
All right,
could it
talk
get
to you
any better than
tomorrow or
that?
Tuesday. What's that?
I said on Monday I have to be at in court. How could
Your
it get any better than
jury
that?
duty?
Huh?
Your jury duty?
No, no, no. For the accident that I had,
Oh,
I have to do that, and I'm feeling really good about it. So, what
how
else
does
is
it get any
possible,
better
and
than
how
that?
did it get any better than
What
that?
else is possible?
Yeah. All righty. See ya. Bye bye. Peace. Bye.